Now, education stakeholders are warning that the competency-based curriculum will not meet its objectives if the government will not fully fund and adequately equip schools to implement the new system. Those who presented their views at the close of the Presidential Education Reforms Taskforce public hearings said the system is too expensive and parents cannot afford it. The task force will present its report in the next 2 weeks.
The Presidential Education Reforms Taskforce, formed to evaluate the viability of the competency-based curriculum, concluded its public engagement forum on Friday in Nairobi. Stakeholders who attended the last meeting held at the University of Nairobi warned that the system was too expensive for the country and it will require that the government fully equips learning institutions besides funding them to meet the demands of the new education system.
It's one of the best curriculum, but how it was made, it was not inclusive. The parents were left out in the process, in the entire process. So that's why you see most of the parents are not really very happy about the system.
When it is in primary school, than putting classrooms in already crowded secondary school.
Because if, as a teacher, you are not given the opportunity to make the choice of book one to use. You are being forced to use a particular book just because the government has seen it wise to do so. And these are the people who, the teachers, are the people who should make those choices.
Many lament that the system has placed a lot of emphasis on parental guidance and would be disastrous since many parents are unavailable or struggling to meet basic needs.
We don't have an engineer from this community, we don't have an engineer from this. You think that they are daft. It's not true. It is because we have not invested in that community as well. So we must do that. That we must make a commitment as a people. Kenya government, ourselves, it is our tax. It's us who have elected them. We must provide money for CBC resourcing in every part of the country.
At the end of it all, what we want is a better program for our children. I am particularly keen to make sure that Limuru becomes a center of excellence in terms of education. We don't talk much about what we create ourselves.
The chairperson of the task force, Professor Raphael Munavu, says the team will present its report to the appointing authority in the next 2 weeks after collecting all the views gathered across the 47 counties. Munavu promised that his team will interrogate all views and submit recommendations that will better the education sector in the country.
And it's only after that that we will make some recommendations on the way forward. Okay? Our constitution is very clear that public participation is essential because all of us have a different opinion. What this working force is going to do is listen to everybody. We analyze it, and then we say the general consensus is this, and that's what we are going to recommend.
The finding is expected to inform the next course of implementation of the competency-based curriculum.
We are going to consider all of them by early next week so that we can come up with full recommendations, at least on the issues that the public has raised.